What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another graceful episode of the Sword Art Podcast. I'm your host, Shark, and as always, I've got a special guest and co-host. This time it's still Hestia as the co-host, and Itzal is the special guest. How's it going this morning, guys?
Life is life. I want more sleep, please.
I'm sure we can all relate on that front.
Yeah.
So how have you guys been so far? I know we've been pretty busy on the site.
Oh yeah.
I've been pretty good. I've managed to take a few-day break from all things SAO, which is almost like sacrilege for me at that point. Because you don't see me a day where I don't post. Hell has truly frozen it over, kids.
Yeah, that'll happen, but you know, it's not as bad as how I was supposed to get around to some posts yesterday, and that didn't happen due to some stuff that I was busy with, and today about the same thing. Man, it's rough. But tomorrow, we're gonna be good.
That you're actually posting.
Yeah, I know, right? Can't you believe it?
Oh. Hi, V. What's up?
Welcome to the chat, Ryu. But no, it was great. Shark was found and brought back, and you know, now the guild's getting started back up.
Speaking of which, we gotta do a post, you and I, or a thread.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know I'm in like 3 or 4 threads right now. I know one is I'm doing Nature's Treasure with Ryu. Another one is our guild recruitment, and we've got 2 or 3 people in there that are gonna join, which is pretty awesome. And then there was another one with Say and Dustin and Ryu and I.
Nice.
I forget which quest that is.
In all honesty, I was surprised by the amount of people who like immediately jumped on and be like, "Yeah, I'm up for this guild." Like Hikaru, Kairi, and Mina.
Butcher in the Sands. That's what it is. Yeah, so yeah, we got a nice guild starting back up and reviving the old KOC. Whew, bringing back the old days.
It certainly feels like it with how the fact that Say and Ariel are back now also.
Yeah, I've been trying to pitch to Ari to get back into the guild, but Say was never part of my guild to begin with, I don't think.
Say was part of Celestial Ascendants.
That would be why.
So,
it really is starting to feel like 2014 again, that's for damn sure.
So that means I have Say on my team for whenever I get off my lazy butt and try to put in all the effort to make a guild.
Yeah, how's the PD going?
It's going good, but the guild won't be like, this is the police guild. It's more so just, since Itzal guild basically fell, Hestia's like, well, this is my job now. And we had a guild name. It was called Radiant Sanctuary.
Okay.
So when we actually created it, that would be the guild name.
Have you made the guild yet?
No, that's the thing.
Okay.
Hestia wanted Damaris to...
when guilds are added, I need to be up to date with them and adding them to the list of the drop down.
Hestia wants Damaris to join, but I'm like, yeah, he's probably not going to be joining any guild for a very long while. Not until he gets over his depression state.
She also wants to add the mostly volatile embers, so.
Basically, she's getting all the unstable people to make a police force.
What could go wrong?
That'll do well for Aincrad. Yeah.
Nothing could go wrong.
You might as well pick up Ryu while you're at it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you were in chat. JK. No, it's fun. I like getting back into things. It really revives my old feelings and why I joined the site to begin with.
See, isn't it nice to be a player instead of that unseen god in the background?
Hey man, sometimes being that unseen god scares people and it's great.
I think we're scared naturally because of the band hammer.
Oh yeah, and I did add an emoji for that. Did you guys see that? The blob band hammer.
No, wait, what? You did?
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us how to do.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
How do you hammer?
It's blob band hammer. It's a
Yeah.
it's the blob face,
Oh
and
my
it's holding
gosh.
2 band hammers.
Oh, the blob band hammer.
Yeah. It's only
Oh,
for the
this
Discord.
is amazing.
So
It's a
if,
fat little bird.
So if anyone wants some emojis added to the site or to the Discord, go ahead and send me a message on the Discord and provide a reason why you think that should be added. So because we are still limited to the amount of emojis we get, I don't want to throw in a whole bunch of stupid ones or ones that are completely irrelevant to our community.
Yeah.
But I do accept submissions for emojis. So there you have it.
And then all slots are filled in the next hour.
Probably. I mean, let's see here. So far we have 45 slots available. So we've got 5 currently.
Oh, that's actually a lot.
Yeah. Most of them were submitted. I think one was submitted a while back. That was the first one. That was the Kirito emoji that I added. Then we have got the blob band hammer, and then Pepe hands, and another one, and then the Tuturu from Steins Gate.
I
So, yeah.
still need to watch Steins Gate.
That was so
I've
good.
been, I've been like constantly recommended it for it as of late, saying it's really good.
It is really good. Alright, so anyways, oh, yeah, we do need a Hestia with a police emoji. So
That'd be nice.
we might be able to make some kind of, if you do get Hestia, if you do get that that police force and you have a logo, go ahead and shoot that over to me. I can put that into the as an emoji.
I kind of want to do an Itzal stare now, like rogue Itzal stare.
Hey, if you guys want to, if anyone wants to make their own emojis for their characters and want those added, I can definitely do that. I will allow it.
It's what we need is shadow doors.
For Hikaru?
This for people who just love stealth, because you. That's a constant joke in the Discord.
Ryu, I can throw up our logo. We'll get one. So anyways,
How about
let's move on to some topics as to why we're actually here today.
Oh, you mean we weren't here to casually talk for 9 hours like usual?
I mean, we could. It is the finale. We just kind of have some fun, chill out, and relax, and let's run through some of our topics first. You know, just to get the people their content.
Okay.
So, what do we have going on for upcoming quests or events and all the sorts? You guys seen anything in the works or any plans? I do know.
I have not been keeping track of that.
So that means, as usual, I would just go over my basic rundown of like 425. We'll have quests on there. Some old dragon friends will be coming back on that floor, and along with that, there'll be. I don't think we have any events in the works from what I know, but that could also be incorrect, since some people just love to just spring projects like, yo, this is what we got. Actually, I did hear that Itzal, weren't you and Ruby and like one other person working on an Easter thing?
I did
Wait,
hear
what?
about the Easter. I think there was an Easter event in progress, or not in progress, but in the
Yeah.
works.
I never knew that even existed until now.
Wait, Nani?
No one approached me about it, so.
In the works. Who knows?
Well, okay then. At the very least, there might be something for Easter. There might not be. Guess I'll need to talk about that some more with people and see where that is in terms of development.
Hey, I'm taking a break from staff work. You know this.
Hey, I am barely there, and I know some more than you in terms of general topics.
Oh, it was Morgan Beatbox.
Oh, was it just Morgan Beatbox?
Yeah.
See, that makes sense.
I just assumed you were involved. I really assumed.
No, I've been working on 3.0 non-stop until I took break. I kid you not. I have not focused on anything else.
Well, you and Axios and the other 3.0 helpers have done amazing work trying to push through all the patches and get the systems ready.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys worked hard enough to actually need that break.
I will tell you, Neo and Axios, they're the ones helping me on 3.0 right now, and they have done an amazing job. I kid you not. They work seamlessly well together. They get all the stuff done. They're pumping things out, and it's just they've done an amazing job, and I think that deserves praise.
Absolutely. And if anyone has any interest in helping out them further, go ahead and get in touch with me. I can get you any information you.
Please do.
They're kind of short-staffed, so any help would be appreciated.
I mean, technically, Neo isn't even systems team. She feels like she's on the systems team, but she's not.
She's a floater. As the old PST motto is, we just create our own work.
Pretty much. I mean, you're pretty much there as like the tier 1 support, and then tier 2 would be systems, and tier 3 is admin. See how this works out? Seamless. But no, I do know that there's some stuff in the works from last I heard. So there'll be some fun stuff coming. What about the next floor? Or yeah, what about anything regarding to the current floor or upcoming floor themes or stuff that you guys want to talk about?
Well, just in general floor topics, since floor 24 is basically also talking about the boss meeting at this point, which we had to create 2 boss meetings this time. Because in character plot of how
drama.
we all
In character drama.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll
and
happen.
how we all hate each other in character.
Itzal doesn't hate anyone. He's been silent most of the meetings.
You're
So
more
he
so like a
doesn't hate
ghost
anyone
at these points.
yet, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He's the spirit haunting the house, watching you as you move.
Yeah, as we were talking about earlier in the podcast, we have Ariel and Sayback, which are 2 people I weren't expecting to come back, but welcome them with open arms.
Absolutely, it's always nice to see old players return. Definitely nice to see.
Especially very old fossils like you and Rio.
Hey man, I can't deny that. We're pretty old. I joined the site back on like before most of the people here did. It's been a little over 5 years.
Jeez.
So imagine if I went to like a floor boss meeting and be like, back in my day, we were on floor 10 with only 4 people.
Actually, I think that was true. Exactly. Like what Rio just said.
You said we were all just a bunch of fucking idiots and was fighting each other.
Well, I think our biggest raid party was like 8 people, and that was back when we had Miyaki, Keith, Zell, pretty much all the OGs. Nikki and I think Zero and K might have been in there too. But oh man, that was a squad. But yeah, we did clear out the first like 6 floors really with like 4 or 5 people.
Looking back at the boss fights, there's one player who soloed a boss.
And that was during the days of RP, so it's like, yes.
Who was the one that soloed the boss?
I don't remember the username. I can find it for you, but I will say that it wasn't really like it looked like any ordinary thread. Like he was having his own inner dialogue while he's adding like 1 or 2 lines of text describing how he's dodging or hitting the boss, but he did not describe the boss at all. There was like no description.
So it was probably just some rando that joined, posted, and left because they didn't want to go through all our guides and all that fun stuff like that.
And
well,
now
I mean,
we
like
have more rules.
Yeah, right. Okay, more rules, more numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
it'd be funny if the player actually came back and tried to solo another boss, and it's like, yeah, no, that's suicide.
This day and age, yeah, it's definitely suicide. Unless you're Calrex or past that, then it might be.
Well,
I think even
not
the bosses
anymore.
now give Calrex a hard time.
Nah, I think Calrex could just survive a boss. Now, him killing is not better entirely. I'm saying he gets to survive it.
Well, I wouldn't even say that anymore. The bosses are getting a lot more powerful, and in addition, we nerfed his unique skill in the in the recent patch. So
Technically and technically not. You increased his ability to negate raw damage. You increased his ability to take DOT and statuses.
we didn't increase it actually.
It went from 40% to 50%.
I
It
think it was
did.
only. I think the only reason it was 40% was because he hadn't maxed out the skill yet. Unless I'm
No,
wrong.
I looked at the numbers, Itzal. I can tell you what you wrote down in past.
I don't know, man. All I know is that when I went to go update all the or work on the unique skills, and I saw the plans that previous staff members had for it. I'm like, this is too overpowered because like his unique skill is going to like mitigate 60-70% of all damage. I'm like, no.
Hi, Aria. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, Itzal. Use Achilles unique skills. Damage reduction from 8 times rank percent to 10 times rank percent.
I don't doubt it.
So you buffed it from 40 to 50.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, at some point.
But yeah, it would be interesting to see older players like Shark or other players like that, seeing how powerful bosses have become.
No kidding. Because compared to what they were, from what I've seen, man, it's a whole other game right now. Just because we were able easily to take out a boss, and now it would give us a run for our money. But that's because Ryu and I are so far back right now in terms of tiers. I think we're only tier 2 with the conversion, but I still got so much other stuff to do.
Very least, he's got to be like level 33 or 34. And you're like, it's good enough. You can be with us.
Yeah, I'm close to that. I think I'm currently 29 before finishing any threads.
Just wait till you get to my boss.
Okay, I'm just realizing that for the front lines, I don't even know if we could take any more people by this point.
I mean,
Because the
probably
teams are
could. It's
so
just gonna last a lot
screwy.
longer.
I mean more so on the fact of maximum survival potential. I think the only team we have open is Team Calrex, and they're the team without a healer.
Yeah,
That's how
it's
we
definitely
have to
interesting.
like. That's how
Let's
we
put
have
it
to
this way.
market ourselves.
Let's put it this way. If there's any new players listening to this podcast, please, for the love of everything, choose tank or healer, or better yet, both.
Oh, it's a good thing I do tank.
Yay!
Team Calrex. The reason why we list Calrex
Do they
without a
need
healer.
a healer?
The reason why we just put Calrex without a healer is because it's Calrex. We were hoping he can take it.
Well,
That's
yeah,
our
but
only
if the
hope.
boss starts doing AOE attacks,
If the
Yeah, that would be
this is why we
kinda
have
disastrous.
potions and crystals. That's my hope.
I need to start getting back to updating my journal.
But
Like,
yeah, kind of
somewhat up to date.
Team Calrex having a healer would be nice. But with what we have, that's not a thing we have.
Right. But I mean, it'll come down the line, hopefully. I see a lot of. I mean, I know there's a lot of tanks that we have currently, but who knows? I don't remember exactly who all it is. But I know there's very little healers.
well, the question isn't how many tanks do we have; it's how many tanks that are tier 3 with with as good quality armor and stats they have,
And active.
and active.
More will be back for the next raid. Oh, nice. That was from the YouTube chat, by the way.
Oh. I only have Twitch open, so I was not knowing who you were talking to.
Yeah, the only one. It looks like Maury is the only one on the YouTube right now, because I only see 2 watching and one's myself.
Well, okay then.
But that's why I keep it open, because I have a chat that monitors both. I think you restream. Anywho, let's see here. What about the boss? Any kind of boss discussions or something that has been leaked that they should look out for, or I don't know, anything to go on?
The only thing I think we're allowed to talk about is what's been said, which is to say that unlike the previous bosses, that we're doing a different rotation system, try to make it more streamlined / faster. I think is a good way to put it.
Makes sense.
Would you say that? James? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's really not much else we could tell at this point for anything staff is planning to release. We've pretty much said all we can at this point, I think.
I mean, I'm always open to try to talk about more stuff. The fact of, do I have permission?
Yeah, I was about to say, I usually try not to say anything if I don't have permission from the other GMs. But seeing as how I'm making systems development, you know, I can firmly say there's really not much else we can tell at this point.
Definitely, no trailers.
Oh,
No
I need a gavel.
spoilers.
Overruled. in the middle of a staff meeting, just go, no, gavel. Overruled.
Yep, bail to his honor, Lord Sark, about this topic today.
I am your one true king.
Like freaking Phoenix Wright comes in.
No, it would be
Jackson!
then Tay walks in and she's like, hey, what the? Oh, sorry. Back to my dungeon.
Well, what were we talking about? Oh right, floor themes, I think.
No, we were on boss
Yep.
discussion.
Okay, thanks.
That's where the tangent started. No,
As you
Shark
can
says that
tell-
level admin is being a king.
If level 29 is a king, I don't know what level 85 is.
A lackey.
Fuck.
We're going in reverse.
And Calc is the ultimate lackey. Yeah, but boss
Anything else on
discussion.
bosses?
Besides the fact that the teams are very screwy. Like, I could pull up the thread so you can actually. What's the weirdest thing about the teams at the moment? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Where's the...
That'd be interesting to see.
Alright, we're in the beginner floors because I have. Hey, floor 1's cool. I'm used to all of them being in the intermediate floor. Yeah. Well, besides that, the main thing is that for the evade, people are thinking along the lines of. I think the discussion was that the boss was either a giant sea monster or something that's on land that gets pushed into the water. I think that was what people were thinking. Besides that, we're also expecting like minions to show up, and we're also expecting the annoyance of the idea of a healing abilities towards the boss, which I really hope there isn't. The 11th Guardian was enough of a F me, and I did not enjoy that. Mainly because we were very unorganized during that.
We were unorganized about a lot.
Oh yeah, the weirdest thing for the teams, in character for me, is that they put pinball on my team. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know
Yeah, it's
how
rough.
that's gonna work.
I'll tell you this: if Itzal spots, if Itzal figures out that either pinball or well, he not Mars, but if he finds out that pinball's with the raid group, as soon as the boss fight is over, he's gonna rush over and tackle him.
Good. That means I can do my wonderful plan. Because I have a plan for that happens.
You gotta have a plan for everything to happen.
Is Hestia planning to let a player killer run loose?
Only on floor 11.
I'm
Because
so...
we can kill that. We can kill that floor with fire, or at least that boss room.
I mean,
can I bring arson back into the game,
that's the thing, Vio.
or is that just abridged?
The person who tackled Zell with a knife, they didn't wait till the boss fight was over. They did it during a boss fight. That was the day that Zell got murked by Oikawa.
Yeah, see, Itzal's not gonna do that. He's gonna wait until after the boss has been killed.
Yeah.
Besides that, the teams look fairly normal and decent. So I never played out them really. Jermaine Dunn did good with a lot of planning on his part to figure out what a decent group is.
What would be a decent group? Well, what if you had to picture the best group for a raid? What would you guys think that group would be?
Okay,
At
question.
least in terms of top team.
Question. Are we going for maximum damage output or like a perfect raid overall? Just one perfect group, like one perfect team.
One perfect team overall.
Calix is tank, obviously. Zandra is the healer. Damage. Okay. Next question is: are we allowed to pick from people who don't exist anymore or who are taking a break?
Sure, why not?
Okay, Baldur and Beat for damage dealers. Beat because he has his little holy thing, and Baldur because he has his 4-slot damage thing. That's 4 people, so I have two more slots open. I'd say Ruby is a backup healer. The function to have like double sharpness going on if need be.
Okay.
And depending on what I see from Ariel, she could be in the next 3rd grade damage dealer because I don't know what Ariel can do in terms of damage.
Fair enough.
And if not Ariel, Hikaru.
Hey, Haz, what's going on?
What's up, Az?
So, Itzal, what about you? What do you think the perfect team in your opinion would be?
Trying to think. Honestly, I don't really have a big counter to that. Hestia brings up a lot of good points. I will say that Xandra is a very powerful damage dealer. So unless
That's why I put her as a healer as well. So when she's not healing, she's hurting the everything.
I will say that once Damaris starts leveling up, I'm hoping that he'll be another heavy hitter, but he's nowhere near that right now. So yeah, I'd say that setup is good.
In all honesty, I just want freaking someone to be another tank. Actually, in all honesty, when it comes to the players we have, well, we may not have like a lot of pure tanks. There's a lot of like offhand tanks.
Yeah, that's kind of what Damaris is right now.
That's what like say Zandra. If you want to try to get into the risky business, because you could have technically put in Jome as a evasion tank. Just tell him like, okay, let's put like taunt on your weapon or get howl, and let's go all out.
Well,
just this once.
I think that's about the route I might take pretty soon once I get a little bit more of a damage output, because I'm trying to go like tank bruiser almost.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want Damaris to go for as well, like damage and tank. Yeah. He'll probably be like a backup tank, to be honest.
Mine's gonna be a primary tank with the backup as the DPS.
We should be on the same team from now on. I'm a backup tank, you're a backup damage dealer.
Time to apply for the Knights of Christ guild. And I don't know how it is, but for some reason I always end up with my guild having probably majority of staff members. It's not even planned. That's just how it happens. When I first was the guild leader back around 2014 when this guild started, it was like 90% staff.
Oh gosh.
Just because people wanted to be in it. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, I will say this: I do want Damaris to get into a guild. But what's funny is that both Hestia and Mina have asked me if Domars can join their guild. So,
And I was only out of character. I don't know if we've done it in character.
not in character, no. But if you try asking in character, he's just gonna flat out not deny it. He does not feel comfortable with being with other people right now. He only wants to be with those he can trust. He's he's in combination of his depression state. He's also like, I want to say paranoid.
Fair enough.
Because like he's done a lot of bad stuff, and he's worried that if people find out, he's gonna be on the hit list. So.
Also, has this thing. If you and Neo didn't create your own guild, Hestia would be all over trying to recruit you. See respect.
Yeah.
Mine hit? No, not
Yes.
in Hitler, sorry, Al.
I saw the list. You're on it. Top name.
I mean, you might be on Hikaru's hit list, if anything.
Oh, she's probably on Hikaru's hit list.
Hit list leaked. But no, this is
Everyone's
why I
hit
don't.
list is
Sharka's character is not really big on actively recruiting, so he'll take Ryu and have him make posters and put those up over the place, and that just give people a way to contact him.
Just like, here's some posters, but if you think we're cool, you think we're cool. It's whatever.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, who do I know who would probably say yes without much of a struggle?
And I think the one thing that Shark does do actively is try to get alliances between guilds that he knows and trusts. Because right now the only alliance that the KOC has is with Knights of the Blood.
Which that's pretty much like that's a dead guild at this point.
Currently, yeah. But
The only member that's still a part of it is Heathcliff. Like he's like legit the only one left.
but I don't think Mac has officially left
Mac and
yet.
Hugh haven't left the guild, but
Officially.
they're busy people.
Right.
Well, no, like I thought Macrodon told me he was quitting both IC and out of character.
Oh, his character is leaving the guild. That's for sure. It's just not official
Right.
yet. Because he's still.
Well,
he's still
assuming
on
that
our-
it is official, the only member left on the guild now is literally a staff-controlled player that none of the staff wants to deuse.
Hey,
I've just
don't
been
discount
busy.
Hugh.
Oh yeah, here he is there, but he's. I don't think he's been very.
I was told that
active.
he was leaving.
If he hasn't left yet, and that is Macrodon from that guild list. But that's also to say that I see Kari also in the Holy Dragon Alliance and Knights of Christ at the moment. So I'm just gonna do what I'm meant to do as PSD and kick Kari from the Holy Dragon Alliance. If I can do that, I don't know how to kick people from guild as a staff person. Do we even have that power?
Nope.
I don't
You've got to be.
think we do now.
I think only admins do. But I know I can approve people for guilds, and don't know if I can. Yeah, I can remove from guild.
Okay, could you remove Ivy from the Holy Dragon Alliance?
From the Holy Dragon Alliance, I go in and
Remove
said
Kyrie.
Kyrie. Oh,
She's part of your KOCs.
Yeah, I've had to kick a lot of people from my guild when it was still up.
Like, I low-key was trying to do that for his guild. Because, dear
Well-
God.
Well, no, not what you think. Like, I think it's the same person every time, but there will be like an account that's made, and before they do anything, before they join any thread, before they make a thread, before they do their journal, before they read the rules, before anything, they'll come over to my guild, which is an open guild, so that people can read what we have, and they'll just up and join it. Then I'll send them a message, kick them, saying like, hey, you need to read the rules first, and all this kind of stuff. I appreciate you want to join, but make sure that you ask first. And then, like, after the first 3 times that happened, I just copied the message and start pasting it every time it happens. I kid you not, it's happened like 7 times.
This is
Wow.
why open guilds has sometimes not the best.
Well, I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was a player who stayed, but this is someone who just makes an account and is basically trolling me. So
Uh, Arya is not currently part of the guild, as I think there was an in-character post in the old guild page that had you leaving.
Or if anything, the guild
find it.
disbanded.
Yeah, I mean the guild technically did disband, but everything that was under that guild defaults to owner or to the guild creator when that's all done. So Shark currently has all the equipment and stuff from that guild. It's so out of date, but there's like 22,000.
yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't really do you much good now.
No, but the 22,000. It was okay. So the coal that was left over was 22,994. So,
Nice.
Yeah. But besides that, I'm gonna have to find the old
Dude,
equipment list
when you
because there was a
Aincrad-
crap ton that was donated from when Tristan was playing, and we had an alliance with Azure.
It would be funny if like Shark walked back into town. He's like, he's like, I forgot how rich I am, and then he runs into Xandra.
No, then he checks the leaderboards. He's like, oh damn.
This is a whole leaderboard.
Yeah. Holy crap! Guessing that monsters drop more coal now than they did before.
No kidding, and they're tougher. Yeah, it was.
Pulls up his menu.
Aria
Pulls up
was
his menu and sees
September
50
3rd,
updates.
2016. You had a post formerly resigning from the guild. It's been a good ride. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, there was that.
So where were we before we derailed and went off topic?
Boss discussing.
We're still at that.
Well, I mean, when you bring in boss discussion, are you talking about staff boss or that would be me?
All of the above. Yes.
But yeah,
Yeah,
there's
right.
a boss discussing. The only thing that we didn't mention was the fact that people are like, get your stats negation items. We're expecting some fusty and fiery times.
One of the thoughts that came around when we were talking about the KOB was maybe we have a section, specific team in plot dev that's dedicated to just running staff-controlled NPCs, such as Heathcliff or those like running a Kirito or like the other well-known canon players that we used to have.
Keep the canon out of my. Keep your canon out of my alternate reality.
I'm keeping my canon on my site. But no, I mean, hey, think about it. Having an entire staff section to where it's just dedicated to running staff-controlled NPCs for plot reasons. Maybe I'll make an application for that. That's actually not a bad idea. I don't know. We'll see. I'll bring it up to everyone after the podcast. But all right, so as always, I do want to give a shout out to our donors as they do help us keep everything running. So far, the only donation in the past month has been Percival, who's on a monthly. So far, running the highest total. Whew. Really appreciate it. And if you're ever interested in donating, there's information on the site. If you can't find it, go ahead and shoot me a message. I can get that to you. There's some wonderful perks to help you along the way. Most of them are aesthetics, but this is not a pay-to-win site, so there's only some limited stuff that we can do. So moving on, you guys were talking about front lines earlier with the bosses. What's the current status going on?
No one's yelling at each other anymore, so that's a plus.
Woohoo!
From what I understand of what people
Shush,
were
Sandra.
hoping for, the meeting is basically all but done. Really.
So who all is the active participants in this one?
Well, we had Jome as the holded mean this time, so he was forced to be active. I was one of the people trying to talk to try to get things moving when it had dead moments, so there was me. Besides that, Macrodon was there, because of VU showing up and causing a small stir with his appearance.
That was fun.
besides those three, Calix tried to message when he can, but he has a busy life, obviously. Neo did her best to be active, but Neo's character is a hard one to be like openly active in big group meetings because of her being a willing mutant Aincrad.
And I've done like 3 posts in the whole thread, so not me.
What else do we have here? Is there anything else besides those most actives? Not really. So I would say the ones I mentioned were the ones who were most active.
So that's a good squad. What's the current plan for those guys? Like what's been talked about in the meeting?
The usual plan of just have some buffs, hope for the best, kill people dies.
Group up and hit it till it dies.
Oh god.
Again, we're just really hoping Team Calix knows what they're doing and brings lots of healing items for themselves. Because otherwise, they're on their own.
No kidding, every man for himself.
The only thing is, I think Hikaru would be just fine, because he doesn't get hate as a mechanic.
That's actually a pretty nice skill there. That's for him, not nice for anyone else.
I was imagining Hikaru trying to act like a tank. He's like, why is this not working?
I actually do like the idea of giving it the ability for him to toggle it on and off. That's a thought.
I don't know, it'd be interesting.
Just like open up your menu, go to the skill, click toggle.
What we can do there. But no, that'd be interesting to see if that could happen. Have someone toggle it, next you know, the second they untoggle it, they just get a giant smack across the face from a boss. It's like, oh look, like, you're not invincible.
They need some help. Maybe I should help them out. Untoggle it. Smack! I can hit you now, fool!
Didn't see that coming.
You thought the shadows were your ally. I was born in the shadows. You were merely molded by it.
But the boss stopped attacking anyone else and just focused all of its attacks on Pikachu.
Solely on Hick. It's like the second you turn it off, hate plus 100.
It's so now what I need in my life is to make the Japanese floor that Baldur wants, and just for the floor boss to be like a Grandmaster Ninja or some shit like that. Have it be like a ninja off between Hikaru and that boss. This is what I need in my life now.
Hey, it's possible. You got some open floors to work with.
Oh no, yeah, it's like 75 more. I think we got some time.
Yeah. If the site doesn't die by then.
I think we'll die before the floors are done.
Over under on making it to floor 50.
Yeah, that's possible. I think so.
I mean, probably with the KOC coming back and making their way back to the front lines, get some more people and be able to clear faster.
My life will never be complete until you reach floor 100 and clear it.
Minion, life will never be complete, good sir.
We still have,
Probably.
a long way to go until we even bring up what's gonna happen after we get there.
I'm gonna be like dying of cancer or something, and my family's gonna be like, "You need to take your medicine." No, I have to finish this post.
499, 3 GMs are the boss. Yes.
We've upgraded to the VR 5.9. I'm literally in the game now.
No, we've got bosses for floor 90, 98, 99, and 100 already. It's
oh yeah, it's Sark, Aaron, then the entire Aincrad against Aincrad.
No, it goes Tay, Shark, Aaron. No one makes it past Aaron. One shot.
Wouldn't it be terrible if like one of the boss setups was that the floor raid had to fight each other, like a battle royale?
Ooh, man. Wouldn't Kayaba have a heyday?
I think that'd be the point. The site all agree together to be like, okay, we all know this won't continue forward. We all want this to end. Let's just go out in a big powwow.
Every man, let's do it.
The thing is, I would wonder how quickly it would evolve into war camps. It's like
That'd be
idea of
pretty
like
cool if we did staff. Each division is staff from the PSTs being like floor 96, and then the teams just go up. PSTs has the ability to summon minions. System has the ability of mass debuffs and buffs and glitching the system. Floor creation has the ability to change the world. That would be
That would be
nuts.
pretty cool.
That would be wild.
Actually,
if you try to imagine that all animated, that sounds pretty dope.
that's actually
would
I
be
want
pretty
to.
cool.
I've been told by everyone basically that this isn't going to happen, but essentially, I had this idea of a boss, and the idea was that the AIs behind the cardinal system, like there's a whole bunch of different AIs that are as intelligent as Yui from the show, but they all have their own jobs and such. But they basically get tired and pissed of what do you call it? Heathcliff messing with the system and changing it and taking control of everything and basically changing it to how it wasn't supposed to be, and to the point where they essentially admin paralyze him in the boss fight. They glitch the boss fight, and the boss is essentially a glitched boss.
So what you're
That was
saying
the
is
idea that I had.
floor 75 and what was that 75 or 76 in the abridged.
Well, no.
Where it
Not-
glitched the boss
one
was
sucks.
trapped due to glitch.
So it would actually be like the reverse of that, where it's like overpowered as hell, but like it's random. But like it has random buffs every turn,
That's what
random effects, random abilities.
Imagine it's like one effect just like heals the entire raid party back to full.
That actually could, yeah, that actually probably would be one of them because like at that point the boss would be focused on Heathcliff specifically. So it'd be this. I was planning to have like mechanics for where like he's having this hacking war with the programs while the players are keeping the boss at bay. That was the idea, but as I was told, it's not going to happen. So that's what I'm telling everyone.
Rough. Rest in peace to that plan. That could have been interesting.
If it did happen, what I'd want to mention the boss is like the upper torso of Asterios, the bottom half of Seatar. Think of all the worst bosses we ever had and put them into one.
Well, that was going to be a thing with like in the first stage, it would like glitch between bosses, so its form would change. But then as it got closer to the end of its life, it would just be slowly become this glitched like you couldn't even tell what it was by the end of it. Like there'd just be so much static and
File cross with rock with Death Adder with Asterios. There you go. Game over.
This throwing rock into anything is like is just horrendous. 4 accuracy, 4 evasion, try to hit it bitch. That is truly the juggernaut.
Throw the council in there. Oh boy.
Oh god.
Imagine the
Glitch
one
boss
time that
summons
we
the
combine
council.
all our bosses into one.
Oh my gosh.
I think
So
I think we've got our floor 75 boss right there.
So basically, you're saying make God.
No, I'm already here.
I was gonna say it's all that. Just create like a boss run, like how all video games have the one where you gotta face all the bosses over again. Yeah, let's do that again, back to back.
Game on! Try taking this on for size. Man,
So
wouldn't that be something?
Oh yeah, we hit him a frontline status again.
It will be actually interesting once the boss arena comes out because, well, essentially there are different ways you can go about it, but one of them is where you fight the bosses back to back. Like you go into the line. You can't die from the boss fights because it's an arena, kind of like the players dueling each other. But the idea was that you keep going until you either quit or you die. So imagine fighting Rock a second time.
Oh
Okay, so
jeez.
sorry. I have a question out of curiosity, if you remember why.
Go ahead.
Were you around? You were here for the very first floor boss, correct?
I ran the very first floor boss.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You
Gosh.
had one job: make it a kobold boss. That's all you had to do.
Well, at this time there was no kind of direction, and it was like anything goes, and we were not sure of the direction we were gonna take the site at the time, so we were like, ah, screw it, we'll have some fun. So we made a what was it, a phantom, like
You made Hanzo the shadow puppeteer.
yeah, the puppeteer boss.
I will say this though, I don't want to I actually don't want to do any boss that is canon. And the reason why is because otherwise if that happens then there's not much surprise there.
Well, that's
Like,
why
the whole
there's
point
only so little known about each floor. There's
Mhm.
very few floors that we actually know what kind of boss it was.
Well,
So
yeah, but I'm just
that's
saying,
where I
like,
wanted to keep the canon and then have kind of more freedom for the ones that we don't know.
Meanwhile, it's all just creative freedom.
Exactly, pretty much.
it's like 1 week from now. Hey guys, I wrote a boss for every floor we have.
If someone does that, I applaud them.
No kidding. It's like, all right, now we don't have to worry about boss creations for a while. We also have to just double check numbers. I mean, that'd make our lives easier.
Itzal, speaking of numbers,
Oh gosh.
when it comes to like updates and how they apply to the system, you always have to be like, oh, how does this look? My philosophy teacher told me a quote that I think fits perfectly. Like, if you this is his quote. If you had me like a physics paper, I'd be like, yeah, cool, that looks fine. I don't know what any of it means.
Yeah, I will say like I'm not the best with numbers, but Neo and Axios who do literally all the numbers and the number crunching, and they double and triple check their work. They like I basically have them explain to me, like give me a summary of what it is. And what I'm probably gonna do is ask them to every time we have a patch or update, give the summary of of what all the numbers mean for everyone to understand, so that people actually understand. Because like,
That'd be nice.
yeah,
Yeah, it's impressive in how you guys can do all that kind of work and crunch all those numbers and still be able to keep your sanity for the most part.
they crunch the numbers. I don't know how they do it.
I did it a while back, but that was only when I was head GM. After that,
Now you're the IT guy.
pretty much. I get paid to push buttons.
More than what I'll do.
Standard work to his office, pressing buttons day in and day out.
Pretty much. While sitting at work, I've got Discord open, chatting with you guys, waiting for a case to come in, because it's all reactive for what I do. Answer the phone, answer an email. Besides that, what I do is what I do.
Yeah, I have a friend who when he goes to work, he's sitting down the whole time. So when he comes home, he does not want to sit in the chair because he cannot stand sitting in the chair any more of the day. So he stands at his desk.
Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on one of those sit-stand desks. Those are nice, but they're also pricey.
Yeah.
Much for me. I'm just a low man. Got a lot of debt. Thanks, college.
Yes, college.
So moving on, let's talk about some topic highlights just going on in the site. I do know that the one that's been on everyone's mind is, hey, look, Shark completed a thread. And meanwhile, I've got like 2 or 3 more going.
The impossible happened.
Has hell frozen over yet?
Everyone get in your little shelters. The nukes can go off any moment now.
It's a nuclear war. But no, have you guys been reading up on that?
No.
I haven't had the time. I kid you not. I barely have enough time to post these days.
Dude, you and me both, to be honest.
The only thread where I've been trying to actively keep up with it is the swashbuckling buccaneer that Jermaine and Tell are doing. That's all. It's so adorable. I can't help it. It's like, I don't know how Jermaine and Taeyeon do it, but when they just like post together, it's always like really adorable and like really well done. Like, have you read one of the threads?
I've read part of some. but I have not been up to date in any of the ones that we have.
You sir.
What does Aincrad do? Oh, it's just another broker or information collector,
Yep.
like Hestia.
Yep. Thing is,
There's quite a
Aincrad-
few players I've got to watch out for that are gonna bug me about the past.
Aincrad wants information for money. Hestia wants information so she can write it down for the book of Aincrad. Hestia's just trying to write a book. Aincrad wants money out of it.
So Shark does the way to find Shark is go through the floors. He's always doing a patrol, trying to get back into his previous rhythm. So if you find him, just kind of grab him.
You see, wouldn't even know who you are. They got
Half the
some
time
blue,
he pops out in taverns. You can find him sitting at a
like,
bar.
it's some blue-haired kid. Hi, kid.
Some blue-haired kid that's got a Knights of Christ logo on the back of his jacket.
See, Hestia doesn't know anything about the Knights of Christ.
Yep, but they used to be a legend.
And then you disappear for 5 years.
Hey,
Wouldn't it be
don't
funny
blame
if,
me.
like-
Blame RNGesus. He didn't let me get a hit in the entire floor 11 raid. Not one hit through an entire boss fight. That's enough to make you go mentally insane.
Trust me, if missing caused mental insanity, Hestia would be insane by now. Or Itzal.
I don't think
Because-
anyone
Oh,
has
gosh.
missed their attacks every single attack throughout an entire floor raid.
Yeah,
Itzal managed
I
to
haven't
miss
had that,
10
but-
attacks in a row.
Every attack that Shark made on the
Well,
floor
How
11
many
missed.
attacks did you do?
I think like 11 or 12.
Okay, so Itzal was pretty close towards yours then.
I remember, like, during one of my first few threads on the site, I when I was on the site while waiting for other people to post, I would just spam solo threads, and one of the things I was doing is I was fighting this wolf, and I was having it where Itzal was running. He was I think he was I think he was playing like he was racing Velnia, and while he's running, he's fighting this wolf. And I kid you not, there were like 7 posts in a row where both the wolf and myself had missed. So it was getting really hard to describe us just missing each other 7 times in a row.
Well, at that point, you like have some fun with it. Like, just fun some like, crazy acrobatics because you can.
I had already been using that, so at that point I was just repeating what I had previously posted.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like at the point where I'm like, I'm so done with this crap. If I could run away, I would, but I have to.
The thing is, well, imagine me having to deal with that. I'm a tank. I have to stand still and let you punch me in the face. We both miss. She's literally standing still, still up being like, hit me. Thing misses. How did you miss this not moving target?
The same way you hit
That has
hard
negative
car.
evasion.
I actually do have negative evasion. -1 evasion.
Is there any other topics you guys have seen that look interesting that people are doing right now?
There is a thread that Aerith and I are doing. It's not really.
Oh right, I
Giant,
read
but-
about that. It was like Aerith being like, "Here, have some cool stuff. Hey, go kill the laughing coffin with me."
Yeah, Aerith is about like. Oh shoot! Hold on a second.
All right.
Did you just unplug your microphone?
Yeah, yeah.
His
it
microphone was
jolted out.
catching hands.
But essentially, so Aerith, his character is out for revenge on a Laughing Coffin member who killed his girlfriend when they got trapped in SAO,
Opal.
and so by this point he had basically gone off the deep end. He doesn't care about killing anymore and all that kind of stuff, and he basically comes to Itzal, and he's basically telling him, "Look, I'm going to go commit suicide killing this guy. I know I'm going to die. I'm completely fine with this. I'll be able to see my loved one again. Take these items and like go give them to someone who can and will use it for the good of everyone." Meanwhile, Itzal's there, like giving him a hug, crying his eyes out. Like it's one of those emotional threads. So
Yeah, but that's it. Sounds really good, actually.
yeah, this would be the first time Itzal got to have a final conversation with someone before they died. Like
He's
he
in
couldn't
his
talk.
ball.
Beatbox went over to kill Death Adder and got slaughtered. Birdie jumped off the edge of Aincrad, and Itzal never got to see the letter she wrote because someone else found it.
Well, they put it back. You could have gone and saw
Oh, they
it.
did? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every-
missed
you didn't
opportunity.
take it.
And then I think there's, and then of course he did see one person die, but he didn't even know the person, so it wasn't as big an event. So he this is like his very first, very painful moment before or as someone is dying. So knowing that he can't stop them.
Well,
Yeah, I mean that was
how you
similar
stop
to
someone is by going with them.
Yeah.
that was a similar experience to when Ryu found Shark and was filling him in on everything that happened, and so he started listing all the friends that he had that were dead.
Yikes.
It was mentally traumatizing.
In addition to all
The
this
only one
emotional,
who lived was Clarence.
So far, the only 2 people left on Shark's friend list there might be 3 that are alive. No, I don't think Hick actually friended Shark. Well, so far the only 2 has been Clarence and Ryu. But Hick and Shark have history, but I don't think they actually ended up on each other's friend list.
well, in addition to the emotional thing about the thread, Aerith is like, oh, by the way, here's the coordinates of the base. Go gather all the frontliners and kill Laughing Coffin for good.
Yeah. Imagine
So-
Opal returns and then just starts killing everyone.
I mean, it was interesting because like Morgenstern was talking to me, going like, "Hey, we should probably do some more plot with Flapping Coffin. You know, stretch out a little bit more before it." And then like Aerith did that. I'm like, "So Morg, about those future plans for Laughing Coffin." I don't think they're gonna happen.
Man, wouldn't that be something though?
It would be. Like after once my plan is once 3.0 is out, or like as we're finishing it up and releasing it, I want to talk to Morg about like, since he's in charge of the plot team, what we can do with this, because basically
Lesa's actually in charge of the
it's
plot
still.
right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I haven't really seen her around. That's why I'm talking. I was planning to talk to Morg, who's planning to talk to her.
She's been active in the plot development channel.
We have that.
Yeah, it's under floor dev.
Oh, that's why I'm not Florida. I can't.
Yeah, I was about to
see it.
say. That's why I was saying like talk to Morg so he can talk to her, because I sent her messages and she hasn't really replied.
Well, she's last time I heard she was driving right now, because I was chatting with her in
Okay,
general.
that makes sense.
But if you
that makes
you
sense.
can probably just DM her too on Discord.
Yeah, but essentially, I wanna be able to talk to them about what we're gonna do, because Itzal's going to get like once 3.0 is out, he's gonna gather all the frontliners together and say, okay, so I know where the Laughing Coffin is, and I want all of you to come with me to arrest them.
What floor
Or
was
kill
that
them if
actually
you
in
can.
canon?
I don't think they actually answered that, unless it's in the light novels.
It isn't in light novels. It was never in the anime.
Give
Okay, so
me
I
a
wouldn't
second.
know.
I'll message Ruby.
I think it
Ruby will
was.
know.
I mean I think the base was somewhere on the underneath floor 1, in one of those dungeons that opened up later on. Yeah, what Ryo said, exactly what Kirito did. That was what I was referring to. I think that was right around, I don't know, somewhere between the 40s and 50s. Somewhere between there for the floors.
Meanwhile, back on
it was
floor
mentioned
24.
in season 2 of the anime, but
Mhm.
with the flashback, and then from there it wasn't really ever mentioned again. But the most detail is definitely in the light novel.
Yeah. What I'm really interested in, actually, beyond like seeing the Laughing Coffin Guild fall in the forum, what would be really because like there's another group that's growing, and I was planning to work with the plot team on this. But essentially, a member of this group is in love with Hidden, and she wants Laughing Coffin dead. So he said, "Okay, I'll help you out." So what would be interesting is like when the frontliners like gather and they're getting ready to go fight Laughing Coffin. If plot team agrees with this, we work on it. If like this, the guy who's in love with Hidden brings a whole bunch of his group, meets up with them and says, "Hey, we'd like to help you slaughter Laughing Coffin."
Yeah, it'd be interesting. We do need to bring some more plot back with Knights of Blood and Laughing Coffin just to get those
Yeah.
running. That's where
It's
I
like-
think plot dev can start taking the staff NPCs for those reasons.
Yeah. You want to fight the Laughing Coffin? Hey, we want to replace him, so we'll help you out.
Exactly. There's no more Laughing Coffin, but there's Laughing Hands.
What?
What? I'm sorry.
I just kind of rolled with it, man. That was the first thing that came to it. I was like, oh, alright, we'll go with it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, it's on it was the 70th floor.
Okay,
was
so
what
we're
they
basically
got
going to make something up now.
Usually.
Probably. We'll see. So at this time, if you have any, for those listening, if you have any questions or topics that you want us to discuss, go ahead and send those our way, and we can get around to those in a minute. If you want to come on and talk with us on the podcast, go ahead and hop in the call-in channel of the Discord, and we'll pull you in.
And just a heads up, if anyone has any questions, requests, or any confusion about the patches, updates, or future additions, I'm willing to answer all questions.
So there you have it. We're open for questions. And then while we make that space, we're going to go ahead and... Is there any kind of staff information that you guys want to talk about? I know the good one is that there was a recent purge of some staff just for being inactive. And so floor developer applications are currently open. So if you want to apply, it's open.
Yay!
Was there recent parents?
Yeah, there was, what, was it 0.3 or was that 0.2 for the patch? I don't remember what the last one was.
Let me
The last
go
one
look.
was 0.3.
Alright, so 0.3
Oh, wow.
was the patch.
Yeah, okay. There was.
2.6.3, yeah.
There's a lot less staff. Whoa.
Yeah, I've been trying to get around to updating the current roster too, so there is quite a bit, considerably less
That's
staff.
like half of them. I have questions about one. Well, I'll ask about that later when we're not on the podcast. I don't want to throw shade at anyone.
So from the current list, it looks like there's 3 floor developers, 3 player support teams, and then 1 system development.
Okay, listen. Listen.
I know if you
Itzal.
look at the staff team,
Neo
I'm not-
division
I'm not
and the
upset.
admin
I'm
desk.
not upset. I'm just saying, like it's kind of funny. It's like 3-3, and then that odd one out.
The PST. Neo might say she's a PST, but we all know. We all know what she really is. She's part of your team, basically.
Well, I have been updating
She really
the
does
blog
feel
that
like
we
it, yeah.
have called the administration desk. I know I got the staff teams and divisions up to date there for the current for what's current. Let's see here. Is there? Let's see. Yeah, you think that build will get bigger, Shark? Absolutely. We just need more people.
And people is a very limited resource.
It's possible, but you know we gotta get some people to come back.
Nah, all you have to do is capture some NPCs.
We must save my family!
Winners don't use drugs, except steroids. In which case, use lots of drugs. SAO-RPG does not
hilarious.
condone the
Coming.
use of PhDs or PEDs.
What?
the staff here at SAO-RPG does not condone the use of PEDs.
Oh, okay.
But no, yeah, we've got space open on pretty much every team. If you're interested, go ahead and look into the information that's on the site and apply. Could always use more people, but they got to make sure that the requirements are met.
Yes, we don't need more PSTs. 3 is more than enough.
Currently, unless there's someone that's from the other side of the world that'll be on when everyone else is off.
Oh yeah, we like. In all honesty, has covers mainly that time zone area. The only time zone we don't have covered is Australia. But there's only like 2 people from Australia, I think. Unless I'm wrong about that.
The bandits are coming. PEDs, no, PEDs, personal, what is it, enhancement.
Personal enhancement. But it's not about any staff stuff. I know that there's still floor 26, which I mentioned was a floor that Morrison had worked on, and I think that's all I've missed to talk about, since I've not asked for any more details to ask about. You have a lot to talk about. Because I know that last podcast we basically just went a rundown of who was doing what for each floor,
Yeah, we did.
which was 26 Morg, 27 was Hick, 8 was Kosi, so we might need someone else for that.
Yeah, personal enhancement drugs.
29 was Neo. That's that I started losing track.
Yeah, it's pretty. We got we're pretty ahead in terms of the floor development. But plot team needs some help.
Paper.
There's I think Les is currently the only plot member. So
Yep.
if you want to join the plot, I know that she'll need the help. In other terms, while we wait for you guys to either jump in the call in or ask us some more questions, I am looking for more people to get the Minecraft server back up in progress. So if that's any interest, DM me and I can get you that information. Let's see here. Anyone have any other topics they wanted to talk about?
So, sorry. How up to date are you on like current anime?
Not very. I haven't had the chance to get to watch any in quite some time.
Ooh.
But I think I'm up to. Is there a new Alicization episode coming out today? I think it should be the last one this season.
Honestly, I've fallen off the Alicization wagon like a long time ago, back episode 3. That's mainly because I just kind of forgot about it. Kind of just got busy with school.
Oh, we got
well-
Ryu in the call in.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ryu.
Let's bring him in. There he is. Welcome to the podcast, Ryu.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, Sark. It actually worked the first time around for once.
Hey, that's because all my systems are up and running and people don't have mic muted on their side, and Ryu is, smarter than most.
Are you implying
Wow.
that he's smarter than both Morgenstern, Sealed, and Hikaru combined?
I said
Neil
most.
deGrasse
I didn't say any
Tyson
specific names.
and
Don't go
Stephen
putting words in my mouth.
Hawking and Bill Nye the Science Guy and Jerry the meth head down the street.
What? I know he called the last name. Okay.
True.
So, Ryu, what's up? What
Oh,
topic
you
of
know,
conversation?
well, first I will warn you, if you do hear screaming in the background, it's probably my 8-month-old because she is tired.
Got it.
So,
It's really murdered.
it's not somebody I'm currently murdering. That's going on in the basement. Yes, in my building.
Jeez. So what
No,
do you want to talk about, Ryu?
well, I wanted to talk more about the plot development team because I know that you guys were looking at stuff, but again, because I'm not on the site yet, because again, I've been
Busy.
Right. Yeah, no
looking
kidding.
through what it has. It talks about strong knowledge of the SAO and SAO RPG universe. I feel like I have to go and look more into our plot. But just know that if you guys need any kind of help, even if it's like suggestive help, I'm usually a really creative person. So I can help you guys out non-staff wise as well.
Alright.
I'd recommend just throwing in an application for plot team. It's probably the easiest team to apply for currently.
It seems like it. I'll have to look to where the applications are because I'm actually looking at. Well, I'm looking at the. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, as I say, it should be right in the
Sucker, I think
top
you
right.
forget.
It was looking at the. I was looking at the post and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Sucker.
Like,
If
Mhm.
oh,
PST
where
was
do
open, we'd be the easiest team to join.
I go to apply? And then
There's
I
more
just see it in
requirements
blue.
on PST.
The thing is, though, I am fairly lenient. As a person.
Well, that's what happens when one of your best friends is basically God.
Yeah, I don't play
Nah, that's
favorites.
it.
I've
He
declined
doesn't
people.
play favorites. Definitely plays favorites.
Not all the time. Only when it's needed. Oh yeah, definitely definitely join plot. I mean, we can definitely.
Mhm.
I definitely want to try and push through to get the staff-controlled NPCs over to them for use. And I would like to see something happen with either like Laughing Coffin or Knights of the Blood, and just have that
Yeah,
under plot
I'd
control.
love to get them back into the story because KOB was like a huge part of the SAO universe. What was it? Aincrad's Green Army, the guys that marched up to
Liberation.
475
5 and then
Liberation
got
Front.
their asses handed to them.
Liberation Army.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
them.
ALF.
Yeah, they're the ones that had they started to fight with Asuna over Yui and then immediately went to the next floor and then died.
And everyone laughed. Oh wait, was that
Everybody
just me?
laughed. Well, Kirito was the only one laughing because everybody is like confused.
That's why I love the abridged. Tried to warn them,
Yeah.
and then laughed at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, so
anything else there?
I honestly don't think I have anything more to go over. You guys are pretty good at this.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I
Appreciate
mean,
it.
after 5 seasons, I would expect you guys to be going through all of it at once.
Yeah, it's definitely taken a while to just get everything into this kind of really good situation.
Well, just know if you do need a co-host for next season, I'm typically available. Not that Hestia is not a great co-host or anything.
Well, I am planning on redoing some of the application processes, and I think I'm gonna get an overhaul on graphics done too. So I will send out more information regarding that kind of stuff for the next season.
Wonderful. Well, I will be in touch.
Alrighty,
Thank you for
Alrighty.
joining.
thanks Ryu.
You're welcome.
So,
There we go.
as has mentioned, really, in the chat, while V was talking, he said like he would probably be good for a lot of things. Not, I would kind of agree. Also, I'd like side comment is, I think any person who like knows how to DM effectively for like D&D or whatever, any other tabletop variant or such, probably could do fairly well as a team person.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's where the RP sites kind of take advantage is with the D&D players and GMs or DMs. Just because now they have such a good like control or imagination over those kind of plots, where that would be kind of nice to have. 5 years of DMing, oh nice. So then yeah, definitely definitely apply for plot.
Thank you for proving my point to you. But yeah, when it comes to like world creation stuff, I've seen Kosi and Taz be like on the ball about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was genuinely excited to see what Kosi would have made from the floor 28s. But sadly that is for naught now. Unless Neo has him help her. Who knows?
Just kind of roll with it at this point.
Oh yeah, always. I'm a nerd. Hey, nothing wrong with being a nerd.
We're all nerds.
Nerds are the coolest kind of people.
Absolutely.
Nerds and geeks.
I still don't know the difference.
Geek is someone who is like basically the fandom lore. They know everything about Star Wars and all that kind of stuff. Nerds are the ones who are more knowledgeable in science and computers and things like that.
Hey, that's me.
So it's basically obsessive knowledge in either A, school stuff, B, things that don't actually exist,
Sci-fi.
and then of course there are people who are both.
I just know a lot of the tech and Star Wars. After that, I don't really pay attention to anything else.
Yeah, that's something I tell people is like, is it bad that I know almost all the lore about Star Wars, but I don't know like the names of all the countries or things like that,
I don't think anyone knows every single name of the
Okay.
countries.
or states.
All the
Something around there. Well,
I
depends
you
on
can-
where
you
you're
can-
from. If
know,
you live
all
inside
the
the states, you
big-
should know all the states. If you're
Yeah.
outside, I don't blame you for not knowing them because it's kind of irrelevant for you.
The thing is, I'm pissed off I don't know all the states, mainly because when you start getting towards the northeast, they just become like this finitely so small, just like you're not even existing.
Right.
Like freaking like New Hampshire, I think is like one example. This is a tiny little state.
Yeah, well, speaking of tiny, I mean, you have Rhode Island, size of a thumb.
Basically. Like,
But anyways, is
Like,
there
it's not-
any other questions or topics anyone wants to talk about, or hop in the call in, or a whole bunch of other stuff?
I don't think we got anything for that.
All right, I think we've pretty much covered all our topics, and unless there's anything else that someone in the chat wants to do, I think we're gonna start winding down the stream.
All right.
Oh yeah, Baldur, if you listen to this later, I hope you're doing better, my dude.
Yes,
Supports.
staff applications are open. I believe all of them are open. All the site staff are open, and then just the Minecraft Game Master is the only one open for that one. But all the site staff applications are currently open. So if anyone's interested in that, go ahead and fill out an application. And then if you need more information, go ahead and DM me, and I'll get you that. See here, anyone else with anything before we start winding down? Other final comments from Hestia or Itzal?
Nothing I can think of.
Not really, no.
Wait, what? What are these little emotes? Oh, Tracer and Zenyatta.
Yeah.
I forget. Ariel is a Overwatch person. Okay.
Speaking of Overwatch, I do know that I know that we're having the game night tonight, but I think it's just gonna be Beat running it. Just because I've got some family stuff to take care of tonight that has otherwise kept me preoccupied. So there's more information to come on that, but that will be tonight over here on our Twitch channel. So I mean, it'll be open for all, and should be a fun night. We don't know what kind of the reoccurrence yet, what that is going to be, but I'm thinking we're going to have it more often than we had the podcast, depending on the turnout. So the first person there gets to request the game. Beat has first pick, obviously, as he's the one running it, but besides that, join in, have some fun, and it'll be a good time.
Eventually, when either you or Ruby gets Jackbox Party Pack,
I
that's a
have it.
requirement.
I have all
That's
of
a
them.
requirement.
Well, we can do that either next week or the following, depending on the schedule. We'll see.
Oh yeah, please do.
But yeah.
Because that's a fun game.
Oh, absolutely. Well, has any of you caught any of the something witty streams?
Oh, I haven't caught them live, so I've been only watching them on their archived YouTube channel.
I've caught them live a few times, and it was a fun. Hopped in there, and played some Jackbox with them.
Oh, you did? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What other things have you been with cats? Is that curiosities?
But you can still join systems. 3.0 is currently a separate team. So if you want to join systems, Zan, you absolutely could.
Please do.
We'll probably have every other week, maybe. We'll see what the turnout is for this first gaming night, and play it by ear. So I mean, unless anyone else has any final topics, I think we're gonna end the podcast and continue on with our daily lives.
Not nothing.
All right.
All right. Well, guys, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast. This has been a wonderful season. I would definitely like to thank my co-host Hestia for putting up with me and screwing up a couple podcasts ago. But you know, it kind of happens.
Wait, you screwed up a few podcasts ago. I think you mean where I screwed up the podcast a few
That's what I
weeks
said.
ago. Oh, you said you?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. Well, I said you talking to you, because I said thank you for screwing up the podcast a couple times ago.
Don't worry about it. I'm always here to screw things up.
So stay tuned for information about the next podcast season. We might be on a. It's either going to be 3 or 4 months that we don't have a podcast. So like 3 or 4 times that we would. But
So basically, in time for school to start up again.
pretty much. Well, I mean, because I know there's a lot of people that have stuff going on during the summer to where it gets pretty crazy. But I do like to give it kind of a break, especially for me since I'll have a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes Saturday's gonna be busy with work or some other kind of situation. But also it gives us a chance to reflect on the previous season and see what we can do to improve, and also line up how we're gonna handle podcast applications going forth.
I totally did not just accidentally enter the call in. I totally did not just do that.
Oh, it's a good idea because I didn't catch it anyways. I was just looking at applications. But anyways, yeah, happy early birthday, Taz. We'll see it in the site calendar at some point, but we'll wish you it then. But again, I'd like to thank you guys for being on the podcast. You've been wonderful participants, and I couldn't ask for a better team.
Oh.
So, without further ado, thanks for watching.
That's unfair, saying kind words.
Alright, guys. We'll see you next time on this Lord Podcast. See you next season. Woo!